Hello, welcome to my Scrabble YouTube channel. Today we'll be going over a game I played in the final round against Carl Warner. You can see him here. He's an 1100 rated player. One thing I will say is that because of the fact that I'm the highest rated NWL player in Washington, and there aren't that many Scrabble players up here, I end up playing, some weaker players, especially if there's not a lot of people that sign up and there's just one division, like this last tournament. But I still try to play in every tournament, even if there's some weaker players. There is some risk involved in that, but for now, we continue doing it. This will be my last video that I'll have for you guys until after the big tournament, which is the one I'm going to is not World Cup, but it is the NASPA Nationals, and it's not in Baltimore, but it's in like a suburb of Baltimore. So that's around. I just tell people it's in Baltimore, just because it's easier that way. People know where that is. Let's see. I encourage everyone to watch the streams for both World Cup and NASPA Nationals this year. This year should be particularly exciting for NWL because Nigel Richards is playing in the NWL division for both World Cup and NASPA Nationals. And you can usually find all of the streams at this website that I'm going to show you called letsplayscrabble.com. I don't know that necessarily whether Josh Greenway is at all involved in the stream for the NASPA Nationals. I think for WePo he's probably involved. So for World Cup. And let's see. Does this site like have any upcoming? I was hoping that like this site would have. But anyway, so there's a link to the YouTube channel. When it's live, that link will be higher up on the page in the hero. So yeah, right now looks like it hasn't uploaded the coming soon streams yet for World Cup, which World Cup starts like pretty soon, so it makes me wonder if Let's Play Scrabble is even doing it. I am, by the way, signed up for this Portland, Oregon tournament. Aren't too many people signed up, so if you're in the Northwest area or you just want to fly up here, I encourage you to do so. You can see I'm signed up here as a second seed. I'm hoping a lot more people sign up for it. This should I believe this is one where the WePost gives extra prize money for, so it's definitely, even if you're not in the Portland area, you're thinking about going to a tournament and you'd like to play me, sign up for this one. I can't guarantee you you'll be playing in my division, especially if you're a low rated player, because this is going to split off into other divisions. But if you're a higher rated player, then you have a good chance. So yeah, consider coming to the Portland Labor Day tournament. Always got a plug for the Pacific Northwest. What else was I going to say? Oh, wow! The World Cup is going to start soon. I was hoping Josh Greenway would have some kind of more excitement. Maybe like have a special, one of those special best of seven against two strong players. But I'm not on Facebook. Maybe he has done something like that. Let me know in the comments. I'm taking a break from Facebook, but hopefully, at some point I'll rejoin. Uh, just collecting my thoughts here. Let's see who's playing in here. So obviously Nigel Richards, and then 44 players in the top division. Should be exciting to watch. But yeah, this is why I'm not making any other videos until after Nationals, and then hopefully I'll have 31 exciting games to review with you guys. So without a further ado, let's take a look at this game I played against Carl Warner. And I feel a little bit bad going over this game because I feel like I'm just picking on a lower rated player. Uh, so like I am aware that he's not quite there as far as like 1700, but he was, I guess, at one point rated that high. But he played a strong game, and you'll see that. So hopefully Carl won't be too upset. I did tell him after the game that I was planning on making a YouTube video about this game, so it sounded like he was all right with it. So let's take a look. I know Carl played well in this game. I'm not sure that I did. So I decided to keep ZA in this rack. I went first. Yeah, like when it comes to computer analysis, like yes, Macondo is the strongest. So I don't know. This might be actually. Let me bring up Macondo. This might be a good one to analyze because this is kind of, people don't know it, but some of the first moves of the game are often the most important, because if you're gonna have a game where everything just goes to shit, a lot of times you can blame it on some of the first moves and making poor decisions. So I think this first move might be worth analyzing. So I have concerns about making YouTube videos that where I use Macondo because it's not a pretty interface. It's a command line interface. I know some nerds out there love command line. Anyway, I guess Scrabble's full of nerds compared to like chess. And I guess some people would even say chess is nerdy. So, all right, I would not be one of those people though. I watch some of these chess videos, and like watching those top level players play chess. It is kind of, to me, it's kind of cool. It's entertaining. All right. I forgot what I was doing here. New game. Do I just type new? Hold on, I set the name. Is it name player one? Or is it just name one Adam Henderson? Okay, name two Carl Warner. Okay, then I set the rack. And I guess, I wonder, like, if I do Gen, will it show the same for Izar plays? Yeah, it does. So if I do AI play, then it actually thinks a little bit. Because Izar can't be right, keeping two LRR. I mean, That is such a terrible leave. And these leaves, I believe, leave evaluator on cross tables uses the leave values on Quackle, which I believe. By the way, I did that experiment where I had Macondo play um, the next highest level of Maven, and Maven was just getting destroyed within like 19 games. I think it only lost like 4 games out of 19 that I played it. Maybe it was 5, but that's actually a really strong player. So um, that was not really that interesting as far as making YouTube videos. So I probably won't make any more YouTube videos out of it. And I know it would take a lot of games for statistically to figure out how strong it was, and I'm not going to do that. But just out of those first 20 games was enough to impress me about Macondo. I really do think Macondo is considerably stronger than Quackle, um, which is why I'm using Macondo. But yeah, LRR, that seems so terrible to me. It's -5. I thought it'd be worse than that. So Macondo likes playing Izar. I can't agree with that. Izar takes an S hook, and I really don't like creating S hooks, especially towards the beginning of the game. There's so many things I don't like about this. Maybe it's just my style. I'm one that I particularly like exchanging on the opening move because I like to get bingos down early if I can. So I exchanged 5, keeping ZA. Z is not really a very good bingo tile, so it's not, in this instance, I'm not exchanging so much to try and hit a bingo, but if I can get some better tiles to go with the Z, I'm hoping to get some momentum in this game. So if you're an expert, higher rated than I am, put your thoughts in the comments about that move. Whether you think it's right to play Izar keeping LRR. I really don't like the move. Anyway, he plays Wink. And it's an interesting placement. Isn't the only placement he could have made for Wink. He could have played it on E8. If I were to make that play, I would probably make it on E8, not G8. But the plays are similar in value. Let's see. So not a very good draw. Let's see what the options are. Oh, I played Punk for 12, and I actually was supposed to play, excuse me, Punk Ah. And I believe Punka is also a word. Let me bring up NASPA yeah. So I just didn't know. I think I probably knew Punka, but it's hard, so hard during like actual over the board play in tournaments because you spend so much time preparing for these that it's hard to avoid getting really bad nerves. So I have seen this word before, but it's kind of a lower probability word. But yeah, the Punka was definitely the play. I hate keeping the U with the Z. That sets up a huge X scoring spot, which I don't love. WHP, I kind of like that leave. How much is that? It's actually -3, so I kind of don't like it. I guess it's too many consonants. All right. Yeah, Pianzu is kind of fun, but not correct. All right. Punk is the play for me. Score is 22-12, and he plays Emery's, and I'm like, oh my goodness, am I just gonna lose this game? That was kind of what my thinking was. I was like, okay, I'm just losing this game. And honestly, if I had lost this game, um, anyway, I kind of spoiled it, but if I had lost this game, I was psychologically ready for it. I would have gone 4-2. I would have lost a few rating points, but it wouldn't have been too terrible. Like going down from like 1733 to 1715, which is probably what I would have gone down to. It's not so losing 15 rating points at 1733 isn't terrible, and there are times where I feel like I might be a little overrated anyway. So anyway, it wouldn't have been the end of the world if I lost this game. Is what I'm trying to say. But I was. It was things weren't looking good at this point in the game. But psychologically, you have to kind of. I don't know how to explain it, but like as part of Cesar's preparation for nationals this year, he said he's been spending a lot of time talking to. I don't know if he uses ChatGPT. It probably does. ChatGPT is the best one as far as having conversations. But he's having conversations with ChatGPT, and you might think that he was having conversations about strategy. And I've had a lot of conversations with ChatGPT about Scrabble strategy. It is not there yet. I'm hoping. I know OpenAI is supposed to be coming out with a new version of ChatGPT pretty soon called ChatGPT 5 or 5.0. I'm actually looking forward to it. I'm hoping it'll be better at talking Scrabble strategy when it happens. Because right now it's just not there yet. But what Cesar is doing is not talking about Scrabble strategy, but talking about how to prepare himself emotionally, which is like super important. Did I play Val? No, I played Y. Where did I play Y here? It scored a ton of points. I know when I played Y here, Carl Warner had to like recount it. It was like, did that really score that many points? But yeah, Y for 43 is the play. Let's see. Yeah, that play does score a surprising number of points. He plays Taxi. If you're out where that plays, okay. So yeah, he is not letting up. This is a strong play of Taxi. I can tell this is a strong play even without knowing the rest of his tiles. He's keeping on the scoring pressure, which is exactly what he should be doing. Let's see. But I'm also keeping in the fight, both psychologically and literally. Did I play Zitty here? Okay, I found my top play of Zitty, hooking Twink. So I'm a fighter. I'm only down 36 now. So let's see what happens. I held this play of Eucrites, and sometimes I hold a play not because I really think it's something I'm going to challenge, but because at this point of the play, the game after Eucrites came down, I really had to question, like if I had any doubt, which I did have some doubts on this play, if I had any doubt at all on this play, like in most circumstances and most continuations from this position, I'm down 97 points. I have to be really sure that this is valid because it's going to be really emotionally damaging if I let this go and it's not valid. It's kind of a strange word. Let's look it up, the definition. I couldn't remember what it meant, which is part of the reason I held it. A eucrite is a type of meteorite, so it's not like an everyday word. So good on him for finding it, and good on me for having the self-control is probably the word I want to say. Self-control to let this play go, because I kind of knew it was good. Can't read my own handwriting here. I believe I have this rack. Patoot. That's kind of, I don't know about that play. I feel like if I put this in Macondo, let me pause it. I'll get this up to speed in Macondo. Okay, guys, I got the game up to speed in Macondo. I feel like this was an interesting enough move to figure out what the right play is. I'm not really entirely sure how to use the simming feature without it taking a long time, or how the simming feature actually works. I need to learn how to use Macondo with simming. Right now I'm just going to use AI play. I'm going to pause while it's thinking. Okay, so it still plays Patoot. I disagree with this play. I'm not going to spend any more time obsessing over this play. I feel like keeping a V is just wrong. I need to bingo. So I played pivot. I think this is an okay play. If not the best one. Patoot just can't be correct. I mean, it does open up the board, and that's like one of the few things that is good about it, besides that it scores better, but just keeping a V I can't endorse. It's going to cause too many problems for forming bingos if I keep a V. His next play is Jill. I gotta figure out where that plays. Look at my photo here. It's worth mentioning that at this point in the game, I am down by 110 points, and this was not lost on Carl, because after the game, he said, at one point you were down 110 points. Anyway, it's time to mount a comeback. But it's not going to happen immediately. Although Oxy was actually a nice find on my part. I really needed to find the best move on every move if I had a hope on winning this one. Burial is next. Let me just double check that this plays where I think it does. Yeah, it could play to either one of those L's, so it's a good thing I checked my photo for the same score. He plays it up there. I'm not sure if there's a huge difference on where he plays it. I guess, no, there's no X left, and even if there were, anyway, never mind. The next play, from my 2-tile draw, I think at some point I did, I'm fairly certain I remember overdrawing in this game, but maybe this wasn't the game I overdrew but I think at some point I overdrew and I had mixed my tiles with the blank, or maybe I think it was a 2-tile draw. I drew 3 tiles, combined it with my rack, and it was an overdraw. I think this is what happened. One of the tiles was a blank, and he didn't turn over the blank. Is I think what happened. I could be completely wrong here. I don't really remember well enough. I think that could have been what happened. I played Paua here to open up the board. Um, I think it's probably fine. Duad comes down. He played pretty quickly here. I think if he had realized that I was about to make a comeback, he would have played a little slower. And I have this rack. Do I have a bingo? No bingo yet. Just playing boxy is what it likes. What did I play? I played dub. Yeah, I think I kind of like dub better than boxy. He plays just OF. Scores him 19. Here I found Lenticel. I missed seeing the play of Stencil. I wonder, since Stencil actually scores 8 more points, I think it's probably, those 8 extra points are probably enough to make this the right play. But I found Lenticel, and I was hoping for a challenge because it's kind of a strange and uncommon word. I played this pretty quickly. But yeah, he doesn't challenge. Instead, he plays key. Maybe he knew this word. Maybe he just didn't want to lose the game because of a blown challenge. I mean, if it's the latter, which I think it probably was, then it's totally understandable. He plays key for 22. And at this point, he says, because I guess he's one of those players that counts the number of blanks he has during a tournament. This is probably a practice. I know it's a practice a lot of lower rated players do. It's probably a practice that's not going to help you to count how many blanks you have in a tournament. One thing I always like to say is that even if you don't draw that many blanks, you can still form bingos without blanks if you're doing a good job of rack management. So blanks aren't the blanks certainly help to bingo, but they're not the end all be all to being able to play bingos. So I would recommend getting out of that mindset and not do this practice of counting bingos because it's going to end up doing what it did to Carl Warner in this game, which he started to get upset. Because after he played key, and while I was drawing my replenishment tiles from my bingo, he says, okay, you played one blank. Now it's only fair that I get the other. And as he was saying that, I drew the other blank. But I kept my cool. I didn't respond to at all any kind of reaction, even though I literally like turned over a blank just as he was talking. But kept my cool disposition. That's what you got to do. And yeah, sometimes people will coffee house during tournament games. I would say like technically you're not supposed to be doing that. So if you really wanted to, you could call the director over, especially if he's doing it a lot. But for most part, especially if it's just like once in a great while, like Carl did, it's fine. There's no reason to. And he was just trying to be friendly when he said that. And I could definitely feel him starting to get nervous after my bingo of Lenticel, which is perfectly understandable. I played Vogue here. Not there, though. I didn't play Vogue there. I played Vogue here because it's kind of a scary spot, and I needed to distract him from closing because there aren't that many bingo lines here. I needed to create a new bingo line, and what better way of doing it than to open a triple triple? So I needed to distract him. The chief bingo line I needed to keep open was that column O line. So Vogue was a distraction play. I'm not gonna use McCondo on this one. I believe pretty strongly this was a great play on my part. He plays Ovate, taking the bait. Oops. And Dean's. And at this point, he's actually started to get really upset. And this is something Carl will do. He started to really, get. I don't remember exactly what he was saying, but he was emotionally. I could tell he was falling apart because I had just pulled ahead in a game that I was down 110 points, and now I'm up by 19 points. I mean, this game is not lost for him by any stretch of imagination, but emotionally, he knows I'm the higher rated player, and this cannot feel good on his part. So he's not feeling great. He's starting to grouse a little bit, but he's also apologizing for grousing, which, and I just said, I totally understand. I totally understand where you're coming from. This is basically what I said, and that's really what you should do in those type of situations where your opponent is falling apart emotionally because you just made a huge comeback. All right. If you have any thoughts about anything I just said about the emotional and psychological aspects of a Scrabble game, please put them down below. I'd like to think that what I said there is true, but if I made any slight inaccuracies, feel free to call me out on them. He ends up going with Ho, which is actually a strong play. It scores well, brings him back into the lead. I don't know what the rest of his rack was. Let's see. I had pretty decent post bingo draw, and I played Foxy. I think Foxy is better than Barf here. There's only 6 tiles left in the bag. It's really good to get that timing in the end game right. Foxy does that timing a lot better than Barf does because you're only leaving 3 tiles in the bag with Barf. I guess and there's really not any tiles left in the bag that I really want. Generally, in these type of positions, you would want any high point tiles left in the bag and you'd be concerned. And I was very fortunate that there weren't any high point tiles left in the bag here. So I was feeling empowered. I know he was struggling psychologically. I really liked this play, Foxy, so I went ahead and made it. He plays Rate. That leaves 1 tile in the bag. Or maybe it says 8 tiles are in the bag. Okay, I got confused. Yeah, so there are 8 tiles left in the bag, so okay. Maybe Foxy wasn't the best. I didn't like Barf. I'm curious if there's any 7s in this rack. There's not. He's got 2 Gs most likely. So I'm in a really strong position here because this rack is a really strong looking rack, especially with that one high point tile of the M. So I want to make the most of my M, and maybe I don't even want to play the M on this turn. But I did find this play of Mabes. Where did Mabes even play? I wonder if this play is even... Mabe is a word, right? So Mabe is a cultured peril, kind of an uncommon word. He didn't challenge it. I was fairly strong. I was fairly sure Mabes was good. I couldn't play. I wanted to play Mabes here, but I saw that I couldn't play it. Is it formed EB? Okay, yeah. So I played Mabes here. I'm surprised it doesn't come in the top 6. So Mabes scores 26. Ooh, I did have Amoebas though. I wonder why Amoebas is so far down. Does he like have bingo possibilities? Because if I would have seen Amoebas, I would have just played it. I guess maybe after Amoebas, I could draw a G and I'm in trouble because I have Girl here. And if he blocks Girl, maybe I'm in trouble. I don't know. Maybe... Yeah, maybe that's why Amoebas isn't good. Because I could... In some end games where I draw a consonant, I'm in trouble. Yeah, so I want to keep at least one vowel. I wonder why it doesn't like Mabes. That's what I played. So I gotta like reverse engineer what his rack is. So I had ARGL. So this is his rack. So if he finds nosebag, do I just lose? Ooh, I didn't even see this play. So I don't lose because he is only going up by 1 point. So his best play of nosebag loses. And if he plays... this, he also loses. Okay, so he loses no matter what. I kind of like this play of Mabes. Put your thoughts down below. Anyway, he phonies here. I don't remember what the phony was, or I mean where he played it. I don't want to embarrass him further. So I challenged off his phony, and then I played Argil to go out. I didn't see Grawl. And the final score was 411 to 357. I think I played great in this game. The important thing for me was I didn't get to the point where I was just making plays when I got far behind, like 100 points or more behind. Especially if you're playing someone a lot lower rated than you, even if you're down 100 points, it's not, the game isn't over. If you're 100 points, or if you're 110 points down and you're playing somebody like that's a 12 or 1900 2000 rated player, yeah, maybe then you're probably not going to win, but if it's a tournament setting, you should still at least try your best and not just make plays. But even if you do decide to just make plays and just kind of throw in the towel, sometimes that's understandable because there is a concept of that, like you only have so much energy in these tournaments, and so if you feel like you really need to conserve your energy for the next game, I would say it's okay to just kind of throw in the towel and just make plays and keep your, and also just comfort yourself psychologically. I had to do that myself in my game against Midori in this tournament. So that's all I have for you guys. Wish me luck at Nationals. $2,000 it cost me to go to this. It's not chump change, even for someone that makes decent money. Um, but at the same time, it's not like I have to win prize money. I shouldn't feel that way. It would be nice. Uh, but I want to think of it as a vacation, and that's really what it is. I'm playing the game I love, and bringing my husband along. He can relax in the hotel. This one actually, I was quite impressed by the reviews. It's like called Live Hotel. It's a casino in the hotel. Um, yeah, that reminds me. Maybe I should bring some casino money. Um, we don't spend a lot of money on slots, but it is kind of fun to play slots a little bit of money, as long as you're not like wasting tons of money on slots. I think it's okay to do it. The slots are kind of fun to play sometimes. Yeah, and yeah, he doesn't have Orgones because why does it say he can play Orgones? Because I'm out. Okay, I'm confused by that. Anyway, see you in the next video. Please like and subscribe. It helps the YouTube algorithm, and I won't be back until after Nationals. I'll try not to spoil it. Um, and I encourage you not to look at my result after I come back from Nationals, because I won't be spoiling how Nationals went with me, but I'll instead be going game by game, trying not to spoil how I performed overall. See you in the next video. That'll be after NASPA Nationals. Please take the time to watch the Scrabble streams, because they really should be enjoyable to watch. And I'll see you next time. Take care.